The 2015 Asia Rugby Sevens Series culminated in Japan, coming back from a 2-try deficit to win the Olympic qualifier and book their ticket to Rio. As Asia Rugby enters its second Olympic cycle, can the likes of Hong Kong, Korea and Sri Lanka close the gap on the region's consensus number one? The 2015 was an historic year for the Asia Rugby Sevens Series. Both men's and women's teams from across the region were facing their first ever Olympic qualifying tournament. And suddenly the 5-year-old competition had taken on an added importance.
2020年に東京オリンピックが開催されるので、そこを目標にまずこの大会からしっかり成績を残していって2020年をピークにいい形で日本代表として頑張っていけたらと思っています。
Olympic qualifying events in both Hong Kong and Tokyo turned out more than 10,000 fans per venue, a testament to the pull of Olympic Association and the growing popularity of the shortened game.
It was pretty special for us because in essence it almost replicates the Hong Kong Sevens for us, you know. Everything about the tournament was like that tournament that we love to play in the Sevens. We have the crowd, we have the stadium, you know, we're at home, like we like playing there, and like you know, it wasn't jam packed. There wasn't 40,000 people there, but like people knew. I think people related to see what was on the line. You know, there was a place at the Rio Olympics. I mean, it doesn't really get much bigger than that.
For players, the added bonus of an expanded repechage tournament to determine the 12th and final Olympic spot gave many second-tier nations an opportunity to compete at a truly international level.
අපිට ලොකු එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එකක් මොනාගෝ කිය ඒ රටට ගිහිල්ලා ඔලිම්පික් ක්වොලිෆයර්ස් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට හම්බෙච්ච එක. හැබැයි අපි අවුරුද්දක් විතර සෙවන්ස් ගොඩක් ඒ හැමෝම ගහලා තිබ්බේ නැහැ. ඒක නිසා අපි ගොඩක් කල් අපිට සෙට් වෙන්න කාලයක් තිබ්බේ නැහැ. ඒක නිසා තමයි අපිට ගොඩක් පල්ලා තත්ත්වයකට එන්න හම්බුනේ. හැබැයි ලොකු එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එකක් ඒ වගේ රටක සැමෝවා ස්පේන් වගේ ලොකු රටවල් වල තරඟ කරන්න හම්බෙච්ච එක ගැන.
With sevens set to continue at the Tokyo Olympics in 2020, the Asian region will have its first opportunity to gauge the impact Olympic inclusion has had on player retention rates and new player development. Expectations are high.
The Sevens Olympics was fantastic for Asia. Japan did wonderfully well. Everyone in Asia was behind them. What a great result. And I think it highlights what we're doing in Asia with our Sevens series. What a fantastic series we have. Pretty unique in the world. We have 8 men's teams, 8 women's teams, the top unions going forwards, 3 legs, takes them up there, and they're really starting to compete at that world level. Japan have shown it, Hong Kong are on the verge of it, and there was 1 or 2 other teams there bubbling through. They're all going to challenge. It's a great year ahead of us.
The 2016 Asian Rugby Sevens Series ushers in a new high-performance format that features the top 8 men's and women's teams battling it out over 3 events. The Hong Kong Football Club was the first stop on this year's series, with World Series slots in Singapore and Hong Kong awaiting the top men's finishes. The 8-team field was divided into 2 groups early on. China got the start it was hoping for with an emphatic 12-10 win over last year's champions Japan before beating Korea later in the day to top Pool A. Korea earned a semi-final bid with their win over an understrength Japan. Hong Kong cruised to a top-of-the-pool finish with convincing wins over Malaysia, Chinese Taipei and second-seeded Sri Lanka, who also advanced to the semi-finals with a convincing win over Malaysia. When we return, semi-final action from the Hong Kong leg of the Asia Rugby Sevens Series. We'll be right back. The Asia Rugby Sevens Series began the 2016 campaign in Hong Kong. And after the first day of action, the semi-final matchups shook out this way, with China and Sri Lanka kicking things off.
Here goes Pereira. Throws a loose one back inside, and Liu Jonkoi could get hold of this and make some trouble. He does, gets it in field to Jin. Jiang Li Wei, and after absorbing all that pressure, it's China that take first blood in this cup semi-final. Now it's back on the Sri Lankan side. They've only got a couple of players behind the ball, but they might not need them. Look at the gas here, the big man Gao. He's not going to grab him, is he? No. Kevin Joseph gets the little legs pumping, gets around the outside of rangy Bing Gao and goes under the post to level it up. Up goes Lee, and from the line out he just charges forward, and now it's a foot race. It's Pereira. He realises he's not going to make it. The big man gets his head out of the scrum, and Gao comes ranging down the field, fumbles it, and that's a good effort from this huge man trying to strike right back. Big shove comes in from China, and the Sri Lankan backs are very deep. Here goes Danushka Ranjan, puts on some footwork. He's a real athlete, takes on the Chinese superstar Ma and beats him. And that's a battle of these two superstars here today, and that one's been won by Danushka Ranjan. And what a way to come back into this game for Sri Lanka.
Well, it didn't look like there was much on at all, but he's taken Ma on and done him cold.
Done him twice. There's a 4-on-2 here. If they can move it to space, can they put the man in the overlap? The pass is just marginally behind. Who has to go back and get it? But here comes Jiang. And he throws the speculator over the top to Hu Zhenyi, and in he goes under the posts, and that's going to be the score. That puts them in front. Ma Chong's got it. He's just waiting for the hooter, basically. They're trying to run the clock down. He's knocked it on. Will there be time for a scrum? Oh no, it's squirted out. Here goes Danushka Ranjan. Desperate stuff from Sri Lanka. The crowd are enjoying this. If they could finish here. And they've knocked it on. Oh, he's coming back for a penalty as Patrick Kwok. Wow. Is a penalty going to be in field? Maybe for offside. No, high tackle. So, they shot a goal to bring it level to go to Golden Point, but Rugby Sevens is about tries. Can they unlock this Chinese defence one more time? That's illegally done. Player on the ground, the arm is out. Danushka Ranjan is going to be looking for the ball. Here he is, this well-balanced superstar, and he does it again. Cometh the man, cometh the hour, cometh the man. Danushka Ranjan. He's done it again, and the crowd loves it. They've booked a spot in the cup final.
We made it really hard for ourselves. We went off a bit off structure in the middle of the game, the middle two quarters, and we managed to get to our structure when it mattered right at the end and keep our guys wide and move it, which we should do because we've got speed and the ability to get it there. And finally, the boys stuck to it for the last play of the game, and we got ourselves out of there.
Next up, Hong Kong and Korea met to decide who would take on Sri Lanka in the final.
Benjamin Rimini gets under it with a dainty little 9-iron, and Tom McQueen it is who goes through, spoils it. Meacham cleans it up. Alex McQueen to Coverdale, and like that, 13 seconds, that's our quickest try of the tournament. Hong Kong, much to the delight of their crowd, have taken first blood against Korea. This defence looks sharp from Hong Kong, looks organised. And slipping over, it's Kim Nam-ok. Can he go all the way? Alex McQueen trying to head him off at the pass. He gets it in, the easy shoulder, and McQueen trying so hard to stop him go under the post that he exposed his inside shoulder. Rimini to Woodward. Here's Lee Jones. Meacham's out wide, looking for a pass. Lee Jones steps off the foot twice and beats 3 players. His Cambridge teammate comes up on the outside, and Ben Rimini with try number 4. And that was a measured response from Hong Kong. Jiang Song Min back from a Achilles injury that put him out of the Asia Rugby Championship. Good to see him back. Here's Meacham. Oh, he's been dispossessed by Kim Song-soo, the 15's midfielder. He had a great day yesterday with a couple of tries, set up a few others, and he's just ripped that out of the hands of Meacham. He can't believe it.
The teams were even at half-time, but Hong Kong scored 2 unanswered tries in the second half to seal it.
McQueen goes back, and now Rimini. Tom McQueen on a straight line, steps inside a couple. Some busy work on defence there from Korea. They're unfortunate not to win a penalty there, but now Rimini comes burning away. Yu Kam Shing just has to take it, and he does. And over in the corner he goes, the Sevens veteran. And that's how you come back in the second half.
I thought that we controlled large portions of the game, which is what you need to do in sevens, and obviously make them work defensively, which was an objective I was going into the game, and I thought we did that well. I think probably we just looked for a little bit too much sometimes when we didn't have the ball.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, action from the women's final between Japan and China. The women's final is coming up, but first let's take a look at how the men's 3rd and 4th place playoff went between China and Korea.
Here comes Ma. Ma taking on Jiang, and there's a battle of the 2 superstars. We saw that earlier. And Ma takes the spoils on this occasion. Jiang couldn't even get a finger on him. Great vision from the Chinese playmaker. Jiang to Kim Hyun-soo. And out on the wing, Andre Kokola decides to bring it back in instead of pinning his ears for the corner. Jiang's on the spot. China desperately trying to stimmy this. Ooh, big collision there. Kim Sung-soo is over. It's going to be a conflab between the referees. It's a try. Try number 5 for Kim Sung-soo. He's been dynamite. Yep, no doubt about it. Great try.
The teams were tied 14 all at the break, but Korea dotted down 3 times in the second half and won comfortably 33-14.
And here comes Jong Yeon-sik, finishing off with a nice step off the right. Bang, bang, 2 quick tries to Korea. Open this game right up.
The battle with that last game of the tournament's always warming up, getting yourself mentally prepared after a long couple of days. And we knew that if we put in a good effort early, then we'd finish strong. The boys would get motivated by that, and yeah, that's what happened.
In the women's final, Rio qualifiers Japan took on China, and for the first 10 minutes, the match remained scoreless.
4.5 minutes remaining. China's scrum. Haven't seen much of the player with the ball in hand, Zhao Ying. Now they come blasting down this blind side, and can anybody stop the rampaging Zhao Ying? Just as I mentioned her name, 7 tries already. She's going to go for 8. What a champion this girl is. And just as we mentioned her name, she takes it out the scrum and runs 80 metres to break open this deadlock. China 5, Japan 0. Just over 2 minutes remaining now. Thrilling final here. Arm is out, advantage being played, and it's going to be Japan with a chance now. Suzuki. Nakamura's there. She's going to have to play a starring role, and she was on the wrong side. She was the tackler. Of course, Japan still have a strike weapon on the bench, and this is Anakuwai. She's over the line. Chinese defence is resolute. Shimizu not used to going in from this distance, but she'll have a crack. Spin. Oh, look at that! Gets the miracle ball away somehow to her skipper Nakamura, and the two stars of the side collaborate to put them back in the game. Incredible stuff.
Just absolutely relentless. Japan. Relentless.
It's another beauty. And battered back by Liu. High risk stuff. Zhao gets clobbered under all sorts of pressure as we get close to the hooter now.
Two
Comes
great
back.
tackles from Suzuki.
Here goes Nakamura. What vision. Suzuki. Nakamura's there getting over it. There's numbers to the right. Shimizu. Shimizu! She's under the posts. This little superstar has won the day for Japan, and what a comeback by Japan. Incredible scenes here. She set up the first one, has the confidence to step inside on the second, and that is outstanding rugby.
厳しい戦いにはなったんですが、まずワントライ取られた後に我慢してもう一回取り切って、最後ディフェンスでもう一回我慢してボールを取り返せてトライにつなげれたってことは良かったと思います。で、勝てて素直に嬉しいです。
So Japan answered with 2 late tries to secure the win and take home the cup. They will now head to Korea, sitting top of the table after the first of 3 series events. When we return, the final match from the football club pits the hosts, Hong Kong, against finals debutant Sri Lanka. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Hong Kong Football Club, where the hosts took on Sri Lanka in the final of the first leg of the Asia Rugby Sevens Series.
Here we go. It's Sri Lanka versus Hong Kong. The cup final of leg 1 of the series here at Hong Kong Football Club. Straight behind the scrum, we've got Dulage Pereira with the bandaged head, and he throws out a whopping great massive pass. Crazy stuff to Danushka Ranjan. He takes on Yu Kam Shing, and as easy as that, he always beats his first man. Oh, look at the tap inside, the hands! Oh no, I don't believe it! It's Dulage Pereira. Can he go all the way? Alex McQueen's on him like a cheap suit. Coming in is Dansha, and Danushka Ranjan leans over. Yeah, he started it, he finishes it. What a start from Sri Lanka. Unbelievable.
Well, how good is this guy? How good is he? From nothing down on the 22, he's lit them up, the one-hand flick pass, and then he has made the home team pay dearly there.
Here's Woodward. Rimini now. Yu goes round the outside of Tarinda. Covering comes across, and Ben Rimini gets in there, throws his considerable weight into the ruck. This is a big open passage of play. Tom McQueen goes back. He's got his brother Alex with him, and James Cunningham. Tom McQueen gets caught in a good spot tackle by Tarinda. Woodward now surging downfield. Mays secures. Rimini under the attentions. McQueen's hook up again. It's Cunningham. Can he catch it? Can he finish it? Ranjan's there around the ankles. Going high is Jason. Tom McQueen's on hand. Cunningham's there. Will he like to go? Put his ears back, head down, he's over. James Cunningham pins one back for Hong Kong. After some good build-up work, a good team try, and they're on the board. Rimini with a wide one. McQueen with the footwork. Out to brother Alex. And back to his brother. How many times have they done that? Tom McQueen, can he get away from Tarinda? No, he can't. He realises that. Rimini there on hand. Woodward now. It's a 2-on-1 if they can work it. Can Woodward put you away in the corner? Danushka Ranjan's there. He doesn't miss. The arm goes out as Rimini once again is forced to get involved with the rough stuff. He taps it quick, gives it to Mays. Can he just power his way over? He does. Chris Mays in front of the sportsman's bar. Try number 2 for Hong Kong.
So Hong Kong took a 5-point lead into the break, but Sri Lanka was far from finished.
Rowan Vardy can't get up to get that one. So Sri Lanka immediately with the ball. Pereira looking for Danushka Ranjan, and look at this, it's Jason, he's going to go down the side, Kaduli's not going to catch him, and straight from their own kickoff, they're in under 30 seconds. So 12 all. Here they go with another pinpoint restart. Ukam Shing's knocked it back. Coming through the line is Tarinder Ratwate. And they've got the ball back once more. More pressure for Hong Kong. There goes Kevin Joseph. Gets out wide to Danushka Ranjan. Then he's not going to stop him. Ben Rimini tries to get him over in the corner, but how about this guy? Sri Lanka with their tails up. Sri Lanka penalised and Lee Jones goes quick. Can they work it back this way to Varty? He's got his hand up, he's unmarked. Coverdale, can he put Varty away? That's good work from the young man. Taking it into the Sri Lankan 22 now. Varty fires it away to Rimini. It's you. Oh, he's lucky to get away there. Lee Jones quick on the scene. And now it's Michael Coverdale who's been loitering out on the wing. Again, the Sri Lankans come back at them. Good defence. Has Varty got some magic up his sleeve, or is Lee Jones stepping off his left? He's in, he's too big and strong. Lee Jones levels it up. 17 all, and you can hear the crowd.
After converting the try and taking a 2-point lead, Hong Kong was awarded a late penalty and, understanding the clock was running down, elected to have a shot at goal.
The hooter goes. Crowd likes it. The Iceman nails it. And Hong Kong win by 5. 22 points to 17 here at Football Club. What a final.
We stuck with what our game plan is. We didn't panic. Years gone by, we might have let it get to us and start playing a different game and not trusting what we've been training and been working on. So just sticking with it and executing when we needed.
So Hong Kong collects first leg silverware and catapults to the top of the series points table. Be sure and join us next time when the Asia Rugby Sevens Series moves to Korea for round 2. And check us out on Facebook and Twitter to keep up with all things Asia Rugby. Until next time, so long from Hong Kong.